I'm also adding another feature to the which is related to the stepper motor platform, or activated stepper motor controlled platform, and that is this relay setup. And what this relay does, well, actually, let me first explain that at the moment the stepper motor gets really hot, gets quite hot very quickly within a couple of minutes, and I'm not sure why. It's really difficult to find a data sheet. I've searched several times and I was only able to get limited information, not from a data sheet but from somebody who had pretty much the same motor in terms of maximum current, actual voltage to use. So I'm going on trust that that person had the right information. So it could be an issue. The motor does get hot after a few minutes, and it's interesting that I can avoid that by basically cutting power to the motor. Now the motor only needs to be on for a few seconds while the platform goes through its motions of going up to the correct place and for standby mode, and then down to the correct position on ready mode when the grippers then take over by holding the cube and the platform can come down to its lowest point. The motors can then be switched off, the stepper motor, and therefore it's not using current, and therefore it's not getting hot because we don't need it anyway. So what I've done is I've introduced a relay which will be controlled by one of the pins on the ESP32, and at the beginning, I've just seen something strange. At the beginning of ready mode, what will happen is I'll activate the pin which will, I think it's energize a transistor. I might be using the wrong word, but that transistor will allow a connection between the two wires, which will mean that the relay coil will be activated, and that will allow a connection through the relay. And basically what I've done is I've connected the power so that it goes through the relay to the motor part of the driver, the motor part that supplies power using the driver. So once the relay's on, then the motor will have power, and then when the relay's off, when I make the pin that's connected to this cable low, then the relay will turn off, so that then I can limit the length of time that the motor gets current, and so that will prevent it from overheating, because we only need it for a few seconds either side of in fact we only need it to be on, I think, during where we move from standby mode to ready mode, and then after it's in ready mode we don't need power to it because it won't be going up and down. Then once the solve is complete, then we can activate turn on the relay again and get the platform to come up, do its thing and stop at its highest position, and then you can turn the motor off. So a lot going on at the moment. I'm going to need to figure out how to do all of this, but that's just a plan for the upcoming work that I need to do.